Hey YouTube, we are in Destin, Florida. We are down here to set up our domicile, and we stayed at the Gulf Coast KOA in Milton. So we'll do a little review of the campground at the end of the video, but to start with, we're going to really kind of talk about domicile. Domicile is your home state. It's where your residency is. It's where your driver's license is. It's where you vote. Very, very important thing that you have to have, basically. The key states that people pick are usually Texas and Florida. So the first step to setting up your domicile is you need to get a mailing address with where you want to set it up, like which county and everything. And in Florida, it's completely legit to do this with a mailing service. And we use My RV Mail. You can use whatever service you want. We're not selling you on a particular service. But it does have to be a physical address. It cannot be a P.O. box. So basically you get an address and then the end of it has PMB, which just as easily could be apartment number or whatever. This is the actual My RV Mail physical location. It's in Crestview, Florida. So how do you get your mail? That's the first question. Well, you can go get it, which I'm doing right now. I actually decided to go there and check it out. And the inside of the building it looks like a mail sorting facility, and they have little boxes that they put your mail in. We have an app that goes with this service, and on the phone or tablet or whatever, you can look at your mail, the outsides of the envelopes. You can ask them to scan your mail and open it for you if you want to pay a little additional fee. But more importantly, they will mail you your mail through like UPS or FedEx or the mail service. So you're traveling around the United States, and then every week or two or every month when you feel like you want to actually have your mail delivered, you give them the address of where you're at, like the campground. They mail it to you. You get a little envelope with your mail in it. So anyway, so to set up your domicile, you go to the county, basically the courthouse for the county that you want to claim your residency in, which is going to be the same county that your mail service is in. And you go here with all the mail that you have. You want to have this big stack of mail, all your mail, so you can show, hey, I actually live here. So this is the Okaloosa County courthouse, and we are going to go in there and talk to the county clerk. And the county clerk, you basically tell them that you want to declare domicile, and they have a form that you fill out, and you sign it, and she notarizes it, and that you are claiming that you live here, basically. She might ask you for a couple pieces of evidence, whatever mail, to show that you live here. And usually bank statements work very well. That's what I would recommend. Have lots of bank statements basically available. Then the next step after you do that is you go to the tax assessor's office. And the tax assessor is the DMV. Okay, that's what they call it. They call it the tax assessor, motor vehicle division, but it's the Department of Motor Vehicles in all other states typically. So anyway, so you go to the DMV, and you can do an appointment ahead of time to make it a little easier and quicker, so then you don't have to wait in line too long, and you get a driver's license. So to get a driver's license in like Florida or one of these states is you want to look at the Real ID Act, and on the Real ID Act, there's a list of all these different types of documents that they accept, and you need to have some documents or some letters basically with your address on there and your full name that prove who you are. You need like your social security number on there and stuff. So just go through and make sure that you have all this stuff. You can have like your old driver's license, you can have like your social security card, you can have a paycheck. Like the paycheck doesn't actually have to have your Florida address on it. It just has to have your social security number and your name on it. You could have like a W-2 or like a 1099. Once again, it has to have your full name and your social security number on there. They don't care about your address so much, but you do have to have a couple items that actually have your name and your address on them. And they accept things like utility bills and like mortgages and things that you probably don't have if you full-time RV like us. But the one thing that they do accept, and you can have multiple of them, is bank statements. So make sure that, like a month before you come down here, you change your address at, all your banks. So then you have a nice little stack of bank statements, essentially is what it comes down to. And you might be thinking, well, I only have one checking account. Well, you probably have like a 401k, that counts. That's a bank statement. You might have an HSA, that counts too. You might have like a checking account and a savings account. Well, okay, there's two of them right there. So yeah, you just need some bank statements. They don't actually look to see how much money you have in the bank, or they don't really care about that. They just want to see the address and see that it came from a bank, and then you're good. The driver's license basically now will be all you need to set anything else up once you have the driver's license. Now, to do the registration on your truck and the registration on your trailer, you need to have insurance in Florida. It cannot be insurance that's issued from another state. You also need to have your title with you, so then you can get that switched over. If you don't have the title, or if like the bank has it, you need to work with the bank to basically have the title sent to Florida, so they can switch the title over from whichever state you're coming from, like, to Florida. But the key is to get that driver's license. That gets you your voting and everything too. So this is the Gulf Coast KOA. The sites are pretty ridiculous in length. I think they're about like 90 feet in length. You can see that we have our fifth wheel here that's about 40 feet. You can see that there's enough room in front of it for another fifth wheel that's probably like about 40 feet. And you can see that there's so much space in back. I mean, we could fit the pickup truck back here like twice probably, and like still have room. I mean, these sites are just ridiculously big. They are not super ridiculously wide. They're wider than you know, I guess, an average campsite, but they are very long. So this is the Gulf Coast Milton KOA if you decide to stay at it. And we didn't have any kind of problems with the KOA, and it seemed like it was a fine place to stay at. I mean, it didn't have a whole lot of amenities, and the location wasn't like the best. It wasn't like right on the beach or anything. It was like in Milton. So it's, I don't know, I want to say 40 minutes from Destin, Florida, 40 minutes from the beach, maybe 30 or 40 minutes to get to the beach. There are other campgrounds that are like right on the beach, like walking distance to the beach. Some of them even have beach spots on them. So this one, you know, it's not in the perfect location, but for us, it was close to Crestview. That's why we stayed here, which was where my RV mail is, and where the DMV is, and where everything we needed to go to, and we could make a reservation here. Or the other ones were like basically completely sold out. And you can see I'm riding my bike basically through all these different sites to kind of give you like a look and feel of like what the sites look like. And there's our camper again on the left. You can see that basically nearly every site here is a pull through. I don't even know if they have any back ends. So I mean, it's kind of nice. And they're almost all like the same length. They're all like these humongously large sites. They have cabins and they have tent camping that you just saw on the left and right. The ones on the right are the premium sites. The ones that have the barbecue grill that's included, and they include patio chairs and stuff. They're on this like kind of like the last row here. So I'll ride through one. This is just one of the regular ones, even though I just said that it's premium. The premium, we passed the premium ones just now. But anyway, they do have premium ones here with the concrete pad and everything. But you can see how large these are. Now, I didn't really care for these edge ones so much if I was like just to be like kind of nitpicky. But for the most part, I mean, every one of these rows is kind of set up the same exact way. The one oddness was they did have this power line going down between the second and third row that I had to kind of position the trailer a certain way, so when I put the flagpole up, it wouldn't be anywhere near those cables. That was like the only thing, I guess, sort of a little bit negative I could say about this place. The pool itself, which is up here on the right, is very shallow. It's like 3.5 feet to 4 feet deep. It's right there. And it is not the biggest pool in the world. It's a regular generic pool. It's, I don't know, 20, 30 feet wide, maybe 40 feet long, and it's like 3.5, 4 feet deep. So, I mean, I don't know. It felt like it should have been deeper on one side. So I guess that's a little negative too. But it was perfectly warm and fine. And as you can see, it's pretty easy getting out of this place. I don't think that they really have, per se, any site that's hard to get into. It should be pretty easy for even the newbies to camp here. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the little review that we did of the campground and the information on the domicile. So thank you, and please like and subscribe.